welcome back. Y'all know I don't like very long introductions, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Yes, God, the universe, entities and beings that love and care for humankind and want the best for us, to help me give a message that'll help others move forward in a way that will collectively help us all. So right off the bat, I'm getting that the emotion of stability and the emotion of fulfillment that is coming towards the collective is going to, but it comes after a decision. Like someone's going to make a decision, and this is going to help somebody feel more emotionally grounded and stable. And it is a gift. It's a gift from the universe. But it's going to come, someone has to make a decision, and it's going to help someone be emotionally, and they're going to have their foundations, they're going to have a stable foundation. Someone's going to be making a decision. I'm very proud of whoever this is. It sounds like a very good decision for the collective. I think a lot of us know, where we need to, how we need to move in order to have a better society in general. And obviously it's about the collective, moving towards collective energy, no longer trying to carry the burdens of the world. But it is going to be a long fight. It's going to be a long battle. Someone's going to be fighting, and there's going to be, some of you guys are coming to the end of it. The end of the fighting. You're very close to the end. Although it seems very slow, and there's a lot of passion, it does seem very, very slow. And it's like someone is carrying so much weight. A lot of the collective is carrying a lot of weight on their shoulders. And it's because of what we've invested in. A lot of what people have invested in is this very defensive energy. This very win at all costs energy. And it's something that's been embedded in us. It's something that's been... and we've been indoctrinated to believe is the most important thing, but it's not going to bring us happiness. We have to choose emotional stability. We have to choose love over this idea of stubbornness and winning at all costs. I don't want y'all to be fooled, because I'm not talking about somebody who will never apologize to you and who has very bad habits, maybe an alcoholic out there that some of y'all might be in connection with. I'm not asking y'all to stay in connection with people like that. It is not what the collective needs. And I don't mean that in a way like abandon them. I mean that you have to do what's going to be emotionally safe for both of you, and encouraging behavior or ignoring it like it doesn't happen isn't going to help someone. Ignoring a bad situation will never help someone. But there are some collective out here who are distracted, who are moving forward in a very unhealthy way, and they're going to move away from it. This is an energy of like collective moving away from distractions and moving towards justice. Moving away from distractions, we're moving away from this unapologetic energy, this like, well, I gotta worry about me, I gotta take care of me, but it's in a very unhealthy way. Like when we say I have to worry about me, that doesn't mean ignore the situation. It doesn't mean ignore the situation. It means when I say I have to worry about me, that's if I'm in a situation with someone who is really toxic and who will never get help. They don't want to get help. Even if I offer them ways to get help, I can offer them all the therapists. I can offer them, hey, look, I made this. I've literally done this before. I've made a list of therapists that are in their area. Like you can't stick around in things that are unhealthy. You can let people know the door is always open, if you need help for here and there, but I will not be taken advantage of. And you also will not abuse me. That's not happening. Not happening. But anyways, and that's a part of moving towards justice. And on a collective term, if we take care of the basic needs of people, it'll help people move in that direction in the first place. Some people, what's going to help is taking a break. There is some people out there who's it's almost like they're mentally ruminating over some things over and over again. Someone goes in between like distracting themselves and ruminating, distracting themselves and ruminating, distracting themselves and ruminating. Some of you also might be sick out there. But it is a time of rest. This sickness or this rest may be coming to an end pretty soon. Some of the collective out here have realized that having a disability is, like, some people only realize that collectiveness is important because they became disabled. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that it's just something that people don't realize. Like, disabled people get left behind all the time. People don't think about the disabled. They don't think about the elderly. They don't think about those who need care. They don't. And I think someone has learned the lesson that things aren't as put together as we thought they were. Someone thought that the disabled and the vulnerable were being taken care of in this world. And this is what made them change. Like they themselves became disabled and realized that the world, that the government, the people aren't actually being taken care of. In fact, it's a very big struggle to be this way. And that thought process is coming to an end. But it's going to help people want to fight more for disability rights. This is going to cause a transformation. Again, someone has transformed because of it. For some of y'all, this is your chance to speak up about the vulnerable. Some of you have been disabled for most of your life. You already knew this. But there's a group out there who have become disabled in the past five or so years, who life has transformed. Like their old way of living is just over. And it's almost like they feel like they're forced into moving forward into this fighting stage. Someone's gonna have to transform, and it's more about connecting with other people who already fight for disability rights. This is gonna help someone move forward and help the vulnerable in the world. It does cause a lot of depression, but yeah. We got the page of freaking wands and the page of wands and the sun reversed. It does cause a lot of depression. It does cause a lot of sadness. This might not just be you. This might be someone that you're surrounded by. Why the fortune, the Wheel of Fortune card? I don't know why I'm getting that this is going to change somebody's luck. Somebody was living a reckless life, and this I hate to say it, this sickness, this illness, or whatever happened to this person has caused them to change their life. This person does struggle with a lot of depression. It's like they are very, very unhappy. And again, at one point in their lives, they were very party central, ignored what was happening in the world, and now they're moving towards justice. The movement towards justice is going to help. Ooh. Someone may have been very bitter and angry because they felt like they were carrying they already felt like they were carrying so much. What's going to help is, again, moving. Someone has a lot to teach. It's like this newfound, this new life, this change. It's like someone's world ended. Something changed for them. This is going to push somebody to teach. To teach. Someone needs to learn, and then from learning, they're also going to be able to teach as well. And they're also going to be the center of it at some point too. There's some of y'all who are going to be the center, some of y'all who are going to be the actual the learner, and some of y'all who are going to be the teacher. And this is going to be a more fulfilling path. Somebody may have been really, really reckless, like mad reckless, because of their depression and how unhappy they were with what happened to them. That's a lot. Again, there is victory coming. So someone may have actually gotten some coin. It might have felt like there was a victory in that, but it doesn't change the fact that they still feel betrayed, they still feel hurt, that they're still suffering. Like, some people think, this is what really gets me, because I have a mother who's disabled. A doctor messed my mother up on purpose for life. And some people think the money is the thing that, the money that she got, which was very fucking little. And that's a whole different story I'm not going to get into. But some people think the money and the coin that people get, that's a victory, will make up for all the hard times you'll have to have through that. And it doesn't. It doesn't make up for all the hard time. And I think in this situation, someone, due to the things that happened to them in their lives that caused them to be disabled, even though they're still getting some money, or they may have gotten like a lump sum, they're still very depressed, and they move very reckless. But your journey in this is to, your purpose in your journey is to advocate. It is to work with others. It is to teach others about this life. It is to be open about what's happened to you, how unfair it was that it happened to you, what caused it, and how people treat you. Like, you have to be very open and honest about the things that you're going through, and this is going to help others as well. Empathy is so important, and like, so many people be like, oh, I don't want nobody to feel bad for me. I don't want nobody to pity me, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, that's not, it's not about pity. People should feel something. When bad things happen to others, people should feel something. They should feel enough to want to make a change, to do something, especially if those people are continuously being harmed. If you're a disabled person and you're moving through the world, and the world is like really terrible towards disabled people, even if you did get money, it is still very fucking hard. You have a right to complain. You have a right to talk about the things that hurt you. You have a right. You have a right. And I think people get so tied up in this idea of, well, nobody told us life was going to be fair. Well, nobody fucking told us life was going to be this fucking unfair. In fact, they told us that if we just do the right things and be this and be that, we'll be okay in life. And that's not true. And so we need to create a society that catches people, a net to help people when everything that you do right still doesn't go right for you. There's some person who's just like, they are torn up about this, like to the point where they become very bitter and angry and resentful. But again, your freedom is going towards justice. Your freedom is in educating people, getting, I hate to say it, but it popped in my head, getting on a platform and talking about the things that happened to you, and stop being defensive. You have to get out there. There's a movement towards happiness. There's movement towards abundance for you, where you can find a community of others. But you have to be willing to let down your guards and not be defensive, and move towards justice. Don't sit there and just let people run over you. You have to say something and find other people who care. Find people who will comfort you, because maybe you won't get, it seems like you will get your justice. It seems like you will be able to move forward. It seems like you are going to be able to, but this person is in a very closed off, not selfish, but very closed off energy. And for some, yeah, it is a very selfish energy, and I understand why. Who wants to open up about the instability? Who wants to open up about that? Who wants to open up about some of the most deepest, darkest secrets out there? And feel pity and feel pain from others. So nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to, but this is important work. You have a mission. You have a purpose. You're not just here floating on a rock, waiting for others to direct where you're going in life. So many people are distracted. Even though you have a ship that's coming towards you, you know where to look, you know where to go, but someone's distracted. And it's time to end it. It's time to end that distraction. It's time to stop pretending like this hasn't changed your life, like this hasn't changed so much. And this is going to help you become more stable. It's going to help you feel more stable, your environment feel more stable, and you need to have the courage. You're going to have courage to move forward, because this is your time to speak. In a society, in a world where social media is so big, you have a platform to speak on. You have everything you need to move forward. You have everything you need to move forward. And it is hard. It is not easy to go through this. So I promise you, this is not a you need to work yourself to death type of talk. No, this is saying that your destiny is in that. And you have it. You can do it. Is it hard? Yes, and every day is not going to be a happy-go-lucky type of thing. But within that movement, you're going to find the community, the support, and the care that you want and you need. There's somebody... So the Knight of Pentacles is always this card of independence and by themselves, and they're happy on their own. No, you're not. You're not happy on your own. You do want more. You do want connection. You do want to be in a community of people, and you will find it if you keep moving. You have to keep moving towards it. Even if you have to move towards it in a very enthusiastic way, keep moving. Keep moving, because you have a lot to offer the world. You're going to show people what's in your cup. You're going to show people that having empathy, caring, and love in your heart, even after all the shit that you went through, is important. And you can also speak from a perspective of being someone who was bitter at one point, who was angry at one point, who was reckless at one point, who didn't do the greatest thing. And who doesn't love an underdog? Who doesn't root for the person who was a villain at one point in their life? And not even a true villain, just someone who genuinely was going through a very rough time. They may have said things that wasn't the greatest, you know? And yeah, it's bringing up these things and talking about these problems is going to hurt. It's going to be painful. But in that, you will also heal. It's almost like you have a wound that's open and you won't even look at it. Like, it's like a festering wound that you won't look at. But through this healing, through this movement, you're going to be able to heal and actually help close that wound. Oh, I hate to say it, but there might have been somebody might have harmed you and got away with it. Somebody may have done something really tragic and really bad and actually got away with it. And I think it is very important for you to seek justice and talk about this. And I'm not a type of person who feels like a court system is always the way to seek justice, because they often fail people who are the most vulnerable. They often fail people who are the most vulnerable. And we as a community are going to have to start finding ways to protect each other, to out abusers, to talk about, the people who are actively causing harm to others consistently. I mean, if you haven't heard about that T app, you should pop and think about it. Because these court systems with these judges who are obvious pedophiles, obvious and abusers, they're not going to save you. They're not going to help you. They would rather a world where people like them can run rampant and do whatever they want. And this may actually make someone, separate someone from people who they think is supportive. But when I see this card, especially in stuff like this, I always think to myself, maybe you're not, just like that saying on the clock app right now, maybe you're not invited to the function because you don't do crack. Maybe that. Maybe because you don't excuse abusive behavior. Maybe that's why you're not in the club, and that is okay, baby. You don't need to be a part of that club. You don't need to be. And you might feel left out. You might feel left out in the cold, but it's better than being around people who don't have your best interests at heart. People people you feel bound by coercion, by tradition, someone you feel obligated to. You don't need to be a part of their club, especially if their club doesn't account for you, especially if they don't take you into account, your physical well-being into account. Sometimes you hang around people and they act like they care, but they can't even do the bare minimum to help you out. And this person might be very immature, and sometimes it's as simple as a conversation. But if it's something instilled in them and they think, well, I'm just trying to live my life. Well, guess what? You are too. You are trying to live your life too. And there is no reason at all why you should have to put yourself in harm's way for somebody else. If they love you, then they'll try harder. Yeah, this person deep down knows that what they did isn't right. They know deep down that everything is not fine. Whoever this person is who caused this harm, they know it's not right and they know it's not fine. And it's time for you to stop putting into a situation because you're not going to get anything from it. You're trying to water and fertilize and do all this extra stuff in a setting that you're not going to get anything from. It's time for you to actually keep things to yourself. And it's like this person is emotionally unfulfilled. It's almost like someone's trying really hard to balance something, but they're emotionally unfulfilled. There's no way you're going to be able to balance the safety that you need, what you actually need, with like someone else's pride and ego. Like, it's not going to happen. You need stability in a different way, and they care about their pride and ego. And it's going to come out. The truth about the situation is going to come out, and you need to pay attention to it, and you need to not try to avoid it and distract yourself from it. When you see it, clock it. Some of y'all need to actually keep a journal and write these things down, because you're going to be able to go back and reflect on what's happened. And that's very important, because some people are just sneaky enough to like make you believe that what you're saying isn't right. Somebody who's not a good person. Somebody who's very strategic and they play mind games and they like to win at all costs. Yeah, you definitely need to keep a journal. Whoever this person is who hurt you, whether this is intentional or not intentional, this person intentionally did something, or they unintentionally did it and they don't give a fuck. And they haven't changed their behavior. Anything else? Alright, it looks like this. Oh, it's not it. There is something stable that is coming towards the collective. There's some happiness that's also coming. And it might be a partnership. But this partnership may not be in the traditional sense. The emotion of fulfillment will be there, and someone is going to be moving forward towards you, but you're going to have to start valuing different relationships. This may be somebody who's in your family who wants to spend more time with you. It's going to give you a sense of connection. But you have to start valuing other relationships. You have to start valuing relationships, these other relationships, in a similar sense that you value romantic relationships. You have to value them. If you don't value them, if you don't work on them, you'll never grow them. And then when you go off into la la land with someone and that person is a terrible person, you have to leave them, who will you have? Who will you have? You have to keep nurturing your other relationships. You have to keep moving forward, because life is not just one aspect. And there's a new journey for you. There's going to be a complete brand new journey for you that's going to give you life. That's going to make you feel alive and joyous. But it's also very important to watch where you're going. It's also very important to have discernment. Right? Last couple of messages, and I'm closing it out. Okay, we're gonna stop there. It's almost like someone feels emotionally stuck, but you have a journey ahead of you. You're gonna have to move forward and find that other cup. This person with the 8 of Cups upright, this person knows. They're like, okay, I'm missing a cup. And maybe they're missing just more than one cup. They're like, I'm missing something. I need to go and find it. And you need to look for it. But you're not going to find it standing still. You're not going to find it doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You're going to find it moving forward. You're going to find it connecting with others who have more knowledge than you. Even connecting with others who may have similar experience with you, similar experience to you, but have more knowledge than you. Or someone who just sees things in a different way. Whatever it is, you're going to have to stop sitting around and saying, I feel incomplete, something's missing, and then not doing anything about it. It doesn't mean that you have to go find someone. It might not even be someone. I think community is very important, but if you have a stable community already, a healthy, stable community, then that's not something you're worried about. This is something internal, and because it is the cups, it is an internal thing. You have to figure out why you feel this way, and I promise you, 9 times out of 10, it's because you need community, or you need a hobby, something that's going to make you feel fulfilled, something that's going to make you feel good about the world of being in the world. Maybe that's helping others. Again, we talked about it. There's someone here who has a life that other people need to that other people need to hear, and that you need to talk about, and that's going to set you on a new journey and bring you more emotional fulfillment. It's going to help you reach the heart of others, not just in a performative way, but in a genuine way that's going to help other people care. And the focus is empathy. People aren't worthy because they are productive. People are worthy because they're here. You are worthy because you're here. Yes, you deserve food. Yes, you deserve shelter. Yes, you deserve the basic necessities that you need to live in this world. And more. For no other reason than because you're here. Truly. I don't mean that in a very cliche way. I mean that we are all deserving. And there are people who are keeping us out of the loop. They're keeping us away from the things that we deserve because they want to reign like kings. Don't be like those people. We need more people on the other end fighting the good fight. Showing people that empathy is important. Truly. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good afternoon, a good evening, a good night, and I will see you in the next one.